Hey, am I on? I'm live. Hey, everybody. Zazoo Plazz here. I want to get a shot of the neighbor. Oh, I can't. I don't think you can even see it. Neighbor's house. I wanted to get the Christmas decorations. I'm here in the hurricane. I'm just going to stick this in my... I'm on my back deck here. This is supposed to be the Christmas season, and I'm supposed to be out there in fluffy snow, but the Zazoo Plazz report must go on. So, I'm on here, I got my rain pin, I'm on here in the blustering December 17th. It's actually early morning on the 18th. It's 5 in the morning, Monday morning. And I'm just getting up. Okay, so this is perfect, actually. I'm under the little overhang at my house on my back deck doing the Zazoo report. The lights were flickering earlier here in Connecticut. We're in the midst of a kind of a little storm. I don't know what this is, but I'm determined. This is not going to keep the Zazoo. There's been a few times that I haven't been able to get out to the woods. One snowstorm, I don't know, maybe it was a couple years ago. A couple other times, too windy or too wet or something. It's just too windy. I'm getting blown away. So although the rain, I don't know, I think the rain's slowing a little bit. But I thought, well, I'll just go out in my back truck. I got my Christmas shirt on. My Christmas doggy has made him turn, and I like him because he's got little stars. You know, he's there, and it's sparkly. Everybody's still asleep, so I'm out here. I'm gonna get this done. Third Sunday of Advent in the, in my readings. It's nice just to be outside. So this jumped out at me today. Okay, I start with the readings. That's because I was raised Catholic. So this is how I get going, and then I tell stories about a lot of other things. But I believe, you got to start somewhere. Whether you read, you can read a text from any writer. I just kind of like the Bible readings because they're kind of, to me, I can take them and they're basic. Like, if you can interpret them in a very pure way, which is, how I think they were intended by the initial, the early writers. I get a vibe. And then I bounce off that, and I do all kinds of, for those of you who are new to the Zazoo Plazz, I bounce off that, and I go into pop culture, songs, Gen X era, stuff. Anywhere from the 70s through the 90s, a little bit beyond. I kind of bounce around. So if you don't like what I'm saying, wait a minute, and I'll be talking about something else. Or skip ahead, because I do this because I have to. Apparently this is what I was put on the earth to do. And so 1 week to go till Christmas, for those of you who celebrate, and it's good to take a break. Third Sunday in Advent it's always the week where I go, I just have to take a little break from all of the stuff. I'm kind of glad I didn't go out in the woods today. I'm hugging my house. I think the grill is moving. Anyway, Thessalonians, first letter of Paul to the Thessalonians. In all circumstances, give thanks, because it is God's will Yes. So I'm thankful for this nice rainstorm. So I can show myself that what's important to me is doing this report. This is what's important inside. Being able to, get things off my chest, and I go inside and I feel better. I go back to my life and I feel better, which is, really the point of having a spiritual practice. And you go to a higher place. It could be playing music. It could be writing poetry. It could be, reading the gospel, reading the readings, something, a holy text, what's holy to you, and reflecting on it in a way that's meaningful to you. So, say, be perfectly holy in body and soul and spirit before Jesus is coming. It was always the week where I was like, like when my kids were going to the CCD, you have to take them to confession. You have this feeling like you have to be, do kind of like a cleanse. Get ready. Because our society would have you think, oh, you got to buy more stuff. Because your kids won't be okay if they don't have that stuff that they want and everything they want on their wish list. No. What about nourishing their soul? What about the gifts? The gifts that are for the inside, right? We're called to make ourselves, as good as we possibly can, as holy as we can, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of aspects of our being. Not just, buy gifts for each other. That's nice and that's important, and you want to. For me, it was always get something for the warmth, for the winter, something to play with, or read, educate yourself, make yourself, something fun, just pure fun, crazy, right, for Christmas, and something useful, something to learn, something that'll give you something to look forward to in the new year, like a puzzle, an activity. Give a person something that they can, like tickets to a concert, something to look forward to, right? And this is what God is telling us, give us something that we need, like food. Of course, giving food for the holidays is so important, right? Like Laura Ingalls Wilder, the Little House books that I grew up reading as a kid and having read to me. The simple Christmases that Laura and her sisters and their Ma and Pa and, Mary and everybody had, how they would get such simple gifts, an orange or, a peppermint stick, and they would soak in all their senses. They'd look at everything, they'd touch it, they'd, eat it, and that way they were satisfied. They have all these, maybe they played with their pennies, right? I mean, can you imagine giving today's kids pennies, a peppermint stick and an orange? They'd call social services on you. They would. They'd call, report you. Come on. How far have we come from as a society? We're neglecting our children's, our own inner child needs, right? People think it's just, the mental, oh, is everybody happy? Well, you're not supposed to be happy all the time. That's the thing. That's the problem, right? In all circumstances, give thanks. It's God's will for me. So if God sends you a bad mood, that's an opportunity to look at that, right? Say, why am I feeling like this? And only you know, right? You can't have somebody go and have some somebody who's paid to sit there and tell you what they think is wrong with you. Oh, that's a total stranger who doesn't know you, right? So this is the problem. All right. So we have to do our work. God will do his part, right? God will give us all of the spiritual riches, the energy, right? Which takes us to the next level in life. And, it opens us up to all kinds of wonderful stuff. Thousands of the diamonds we need to chase, right? The pearls. That brings me to today's song by Prince. I'll get to it. I come around to things. You'll see. So, I mean, this is the stuff I wish they had talked to me, like the way they had talked to me in church when I was growing up. Cut all the crap. Just tell me, what does this really mean? What do I need to know to be, to make my life work? They didn't tell you that stuff. They would preach at you. And I'd sit there in the pews and I'd go, because to me, I wanted to hear somebody who's been where I was, right? I wanted to hear something practical, not all this, theological seminary and, higher than you, throwing down just stuff that I can't use, right? That was frustrating to me. And a young adult, and an adult. Up until very recently, when I decided, I've had it, I'm going to preach to myself. Then we have John the Baptist coming again. The Gospel of John. That's interesting. Last week was Mark, now it's John. They're hopping around. He came to testify to the light, but he was not the light. See? We have all these Pharisees, these priests, right? These learned men trying to, say, who are you? What are you doing here? Why are you, baptizing people with water? We got plenty of water today. Isn't it? Water, we're made of water. Water it's the most basic element in our lives, right? So, first, first the water, and then the Spirit came after that, right? So like, first we get rain, and then we get snow. Hopefully, at Christmas we get snow, because it's crystal, right? It's sparkly. And don't you have a sense of awe when you see snow? The people in the Nordic countries, they know that. So, yeah, I mean, I got a few special gifts, a couple for each kid. My 20-year-old son, my 23-year-old son. And you know what? My dad doesn't need stuff. I got e-cards for people. I always get my dad a gift card to the restaurant where he likes to go to the coffee place and have coffee clatch with his friends. He calls it his coffee clatch after church, So I always get him a gift card to like the coffee shop so we can go. And then I get, of course, surprise. I know people are watching this, so I can't give away my surprises. But I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm very simple, keeping things very simple. But I cook the things now that I enjoy. I make, my groceries are coming in a few hours. I always make my mom's French Canadian, it's like shepherd's pie. It's porte chinois. And it's porte chinois. It's like Chinese casserole. It's just the French used to call it. It's basically shepherd's pie. But somehow, I think the people, Quebecers, who had access to potatoes, and it was potatoes, corn, hamburger, onions, and you mix it all up and bake it. And it's a casserole rather than a pie. And it's sliced potatoes rather than mashed potatoes, because that's the way my mom made it, because that's the way my grandmother made it. I'm in there. So I always make that around Christmas time, because my mom used to make it. And she'd have it with some coleslaw, some crusty bread. So good. So every year I make that. And, and then I have to make my Christmas bread, cinnamon swirl bread for Christmas morning, and my fruit salad. So I make a beautiful fruit salad, so that I can have my cinnamon swirl bread with the fruit, and then I have it, for dessert. The thing I most miss, I think, is the entertainment. When all the parents were around and the kids were young, I really loved entertaining. It gets to be a bit much after a while, And the kids, they got their friends, they don't want to stick around as much. And it's just me and my dad. So, I'll go have dinner with him probably and see the kids and, I'll work it out. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. I give thanks. I give thanks for my circumstances, for the people I have in my life, my loved ones. And we work things out, You take the resource that you have and you work with other people. They have resources and you can help each other out, right? You don't have to take some soul-crushing job. You can hack it, Gen X style, right? You can see what feels good to you. Do what feels good to you and get rid of the rest, right? Make yourself as light as possible, right? You've got a soul-crushing job, get rid of it. Do something that brings you joy and reduce your expenses. Figure out, I read today somewhere that Harper Lee's friends for Christmas, they paid her living expenses for a whole year so she could write To Kill a Mockingbird. Those are real friends, okay? These are friends who see the good in what you're doing and support you. That was like the precursor of Patreon, right? Oh, geez. So anyway, it's crazy, isn't it? But we have to promise to look after ourselves. We have to parent ourselves, right? You can't depend on somebody, right? Even a spouse. Get that out of your vocabulary, right? A child, they're not yours. They're to us for a short period of time. You gotta let them go to the world. They don't belong to you. Okay, so that's my rant. Yeah. So God, and then we move on to Isaiah. Well, Isaiah was the first reading. God has clothed me with a robe of salvation, like a bridegroom with a diadem. It's a diadem, like a crown, right? The bride with her jewels. There's a strong, shiny things focus this week. And of course the earth. How out of touch have we become with nature, right? Even this. How much has, the world will tell you that that's all that's worthwhile, Got the diamonds, the gold. No, it all crumbles. It all falls apart. What's lasting is our love that we give out. It comes back, right? We take that with us. Our memories, our experiences, right? Our love. We uniquely have to give to the world. So it's kind of like, this song. If we're present in the moment, then we're attuned to all the gifts that are freely given for our benefit, right? So we have to be grateful for that, right? Because we'll get more. Good or bad, it all helps you on your path. Because you never know. You never know if it's good or bad until later on. So you can't judge it, right? And even then, it's all good. We need rain. We need rain in life. To the extent that everything has become sanitized, whitewashed, there's no wrinkles anywhere. There's no... That's the grit of life. That's part of living on this planet. We need that. We need a little bit of that. mean, even look at pearls, right? Pearls in the oyster, in the ocean, right? With all the grit. That's how the pearl forms, right? The pearl forms in the oyster with the sand. Makes a beautiful pearl. Okay, so that's the song of the week. Prince, Diamonds and Pearls. Yeah, with Prince and the New Generation. Rosie Gaines was the female voice on that. She did the harmonizing vocals with Prince on that one. November 1991 was released as a single off his Diamond and Pearls album. It was released October of that year, 91. So it did really well. Got up to number 3 in the U.S. Top 10 and R&B. It was on the R&B charts. Really, it was number 2 in the Hot 100. Something just blew off somebody's house. Mellow ballad. It's kind of diamonds and pearls. You know that one. I can't sing. I can't sing Prince. It's he's just too amazing. I can't even, not worthy to even try to sing Prince, but yeah. So I guess in the video he's waving strings of pearls, and they're real pearls. It came from some fancy jeweler in Hollywood or something. It's such a great holiday video, right? Because it's shiny, this shiny stuff. And it's just a feel-good song. So I'm going to put the link. So go listen to that song a few times. And, relax. It just relax into it. And it's food for your soul. That's what we all need. Third week in Advent, we need to focus on ourselves and nourishing that which satisfies within us. It's not, not gonna. Those are the memories, right? What are the things we remember from childhood memories, right? All the things, the weird things, like the year that my neighbor went and killed a deer. Mr. Morrill used to live next door to my parents. Went and killed a deer, and he chopped off the tail, mounted it on a piece of wood, and he presented it to me. I think I was like 15 or 16 then. 81. And I'll never forget that. Because, I've never since received a deer tail on Christmas. And those are the things you remember, right? The unique things. The year that, there was a big snowstorm or something. The times when things didn't go to plan, you took something from that, right? Those are what our lives are made of. Those moments, right? Those little funky, can't be replicated moments in time. That's what the present, they call the present, because it's a gift. There's a reason they call it the present, right? Because those are things that keep on giving year after year. You got those boxes of, Kodachrome slides sitting in your parents' attic like I do. That's something, I can't wait to look at those. Because I never know what I'm going to find. Those are my pearls. So find out what it is. What's your treasure? What are your pearls and diamonds? What's precious to you? And it's, what it comes down to as you get older, as you go on, is not the crap that's under the tree. I mean, it's nice, but it's those precious things. Those people who are gone now that you can't bring back. Those times, right? Those times when, everything wasn't perfect. and that's what made them good. So you had to wait in line at JCPenney for like an hour. It was not just the gray, my husband, and he was saying, no, you hated that. He's like, you hated that waiting in line stuff. But I brought it upon myself by waiting until the very last minute. The malls would be open in the old days, right? In the 80s, right? Up through early 2000s. The mall wouldn't be closed at 6 o'clock like it was tonight. Sunday night before Christmas, are you kidding? They'd be open, well, at least Saturday night. Now they close at 6 o'clock. Saturday night before, weekend before Christmas. Are you kidding? You could go to a snowbank somewhere and walk a mile to get to the mall. You'd be snow. But you made those sacrifices, and somehow it made Christmas all the more sweet, right? But anyway, I digress. I got to get in the house. Okay, so yeah, for those diamonds and pearls, and hopefully next week I'll try to do Christmas Eve report. We'll see. So at least by Christmas night I'll get one done, and so have a great week, and enjoy all your preparations, your baking. I'm going to make my little pretzel buttons with the Hershey Kisses and the M&Ms, stuck on them. And so I wish you a wonderful week. Make it memorable, make it merry, and I'll talk to you soon. It's all good. Bye-bye.